Hi everyone, and welcome to the first part of our how-to videos. My name is Joanna and I will show you the very basics of eDESIGN. I will guide you through the menu in the editor. Also, we create a page together and learn about the difference between our containers, like we have the static, the dynamic and the flexible container. Also, we learn about our controls, for example a toggle, and how to connect them to elements like in our example an SVG or a GIF. So let's do this. Now here we see our current landing page. On the left side you can see the menu. As you can see, we only have one page called landing page at the moment. I will show you later how to add more menu items. You can customize the menu bar to your needs. Change the logo, show or hide the date and the time, and of course switch between the languages. Next we have our login. As you see, I'm already logged in, so please log in if you're not. Then we can go to the editor. Here you can see your dashboard, your current menu, which we have seen on the landing page. You see your connections, where we don't have any at the moment, but we'll set one up later. So let's have a look at the menu in the editor. We have the dashboard, where we're looking at. Again, the menu, which we also see on the dashboard. And we have pages, where we will create a new site later. Again, the connection and alarms. And let's have a look at the settings. Now we will look into themes. You can add a new theme or edit an existing one. Edit the color. For example, the primary color changes the color of the menu bar. Do the same with the other two colors. And finally, choose between the light and dark mode. So next, let's set up a PLC connection. You can either do that on the dashboard or go directly to connections. So let's choose a name for your connection. Enter the IP address. Choose your connection type. We want port 81. And for the protocol type, we choose eWeb. We keep the reconnected off. And now we choose a codices name. I take administrator. And for the password, I will just take the same. Then we hit the save button, and let's see if it worked. It looks good from here. Let's see if the connection is working. If you have two green check marks, it worked. So let's create a new page. Again, a title, and set the width and height of the screen you want. You can add permissions to the page, for example, if you want to add a table that you don't want to show to everyone. But we'll discuss the permissions in more detail in another video. Now save it. We have some options now. We can set the page as the default page on the start screen. We can download the page. We can duplicate it. We can always change the settings we just did if you want to add some permissions, for example. So let's edit the page. We have our workspace here, and as I mentioned before, we use containers to create a fully responsive website. So let's take a closer look. I recommend using the flexible container for things like the menu. Then we will compare the dynamic and the static container. You can also add the template here if you want to create more than one page with the same structure. But now we edit the content. You can always switch between adding or changing the size of the containers and editing the content of the containers. So let's have a closer look to our flexible container. If you have forgotten which is which, you can see it in the left corner. We want to change the background color so that we can distinguish the different types of containers. You can write directly into the container, but then you cannot change the position. I therefore recommend using the text box, which you will find in the drop-down of the outputs. Make sure that you press Enter when there is a blue box around the text. If not, the new item will replace the other one. So the difference between this container, which is suitable for things like menus, is that you cannot move the items. If you add more than one element, as I do with the text, you can adjust the alignment to fit any screen size perfectly. You can also do this with icons and link them to another page, for example. Now we take a look at the resizable container. Change the background color again and add a text field like we did before. Of course, you can change the font size, and the alignment of the text. In this container, you can drag and resize the text box to any place you like. The static container is similar up to this point. We will see the difference when we take a look at the size and position. Here we can see the exact size and position with pixels. If we compare it with the resizable container, we see that we determine the size in %. This is better suited if you want to create a fully responsive web page. The static container makes sense if you have a fixed size of the screen, for example, if you use it for a specific device. So let's take a look at the page in the preview. As you can see, the text in the static container is no longer in the middle because it has a fixed position. If you scale the preview window, you can see the different behavior of the containers. Now let's have a look at the other options in the resizable container. Let's change the background color again. Now we want to work with our PLC connection, so let's just add a toggle. We have a very neutral toggle, or you upload your custom toggle. We'll see how that works in another video. So we'll take the theme toggle, which looks black in the editor, but changes the color depending on the background. Then we add an image state. We have to set up a condition for that. We write value == false to set the image when the toggle is off. And for the condition true, we upload a GIF that makes it look like the image is moving when the toggle is on. Then we make a connection and select the boolean for both images. So let's see if it worked. Looks good. Also when you resize the window. Finally, we add the page to the menu on our website. To do this, we go to the dashboard and select to add a page. You can set the title of your choice. Choose the route, make it active, and determine the order. You can also add an icon if you want. Now select the page we just created and click the Save button. As you can see on the dashboard, there are now 2 pages in our menu list. Let's have a look at the live site. We see our landing page again, but the menu now also shows the page we just created. So this was it. I hope you enjoyed the video. If so, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel if you want to stay up to date. And yes, see you in the next video.